Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, today is one of those days where I have a proliferation of videos for you today. I already have a video that I'm all set to download this morning about an epiphany, something I realized. I saw a man in very bad condition yesterday while I was out walking. And I was concerned for him, and you'll see what I'm talking about in the video. And I realized about less than 5 minutes, a couple minutes later, I realized that I was that person about 17 years ago when I was using it. It's a good video. It's a recovery video. I've never told anybody this before, not one soul. So you people are going to be the first ones to hear me tell you about what happened to me. True story. Okay. I got to do this video because a lot of people are traveling today, and I really wanted to do this. I haven't downloaded the other video yet, and this is about a freak out on an airline, another freak out on an airplane, and with a lot of people traveling today, I wanted to talk about this. This is the first thing I want to just bring up. It makes me concerned for our country, the state of our country. Once again, I want to ask you guys this. All these freakouts, all these situations on a plane with Karens, so-called Karens, or people freaking out or doing this or that, it seems to be that they're all in the United States. Unless we're not seeing other videos from other countries, why is it just people from this country? Why does this keep happening, along with other things that just keep happening in the United States? It really makes me wonder about this country. It makes me wonder. I really think this is our whole concept of freedom. That we're free in the United States and we can do anything. We can go anywhere in the world and do anything we want because we're United States citizens. I saw this episode of Ice Road Truckers, and one of the truckers got out, and they were in Peru. And this guy gets out and he gets into the middle of traffic and he starts screaming. He starts trying to stop traffic and he goes, "I'm an American citizen." Oh, and everybody's going to stop for him because he's an American citizen. He's one of those MAGA types, and that just sticks in my head. Anyway, this seems to be a thing with people in this country. So I'm going to try to describe to you. The video will be right down below. This is just what I'm not a professional. I'm not like any type of mental health professional, but this looks like what I would determine to be like mass hysteria. Okay, so on this plane, now a lot of the articles have said that it's about a supposedly possessed woman. There's more than one person that ends up freaking out on this plane. I'm going to try to describe it to you. And like I said, the link, you can watch this right down below yourselves. This was a Frontier Airlines flight that just happened in the last couple of days. This just hit the news yesterday. It was a Frontier Airlines flight from Dallas to Denver, but they had to stop and take believe 3 people off in Dallas. Now, there's one woman that is just supposedly being labeled possessed. And she's freaking out. To me, it seems like she's trying to get back to her seat. She's a shorter lady with about shoulder-length hair, brown hair. Looks like she's wearing a brown shirt, I believe. And she's just freaking out. And people are trying to calm her down, some of the airline staff. There's several men involved. There's one man with a baseball cap that seems to be arguing with airline attendants. I don't know how he's involved in this. He got taken off the plane too. Okay, so this one woman is just yelling and screaming, and she puts her hands up at one point. She's yelling, "Get your hands off me! Let go of my arm!" And then all of a sudden she starts yelling, "Hands up! Everybody hands up!" And then she yells she's being kidnapped. She seems like she's not completely all there. But here's the thing. They're blocking her way. They're trying to keep her at one end of the plane and trying to calm her down, I guess, which isn't working at all. It's just quite the opposite. And she starts climbing over the airline seats. While people are sitting in the seats, she actually starts climbing over the tops of the airline seats. So like her hands on top of each seat top, and her knees like trying to, and people are scrambling, trying to get out of their way. They're freaking out. So this is where it brought up images of Linda Blair and The Exorcist and stuff like that. Which now there's a young black lady wearing a gray beanie and a gray sweatshirt, and she starts saying she takes this moment to start preaching to the entire aircraft. Okay, so now we have the short brown-haired lady just freaking out, climbing over seats. The guy with the baseball cap, who I'm not sure how he's involved in this, and he's arguing with the airline attendants. He got taken, like I said, he got taken off too, and then one other person got taken off too. And so this black girl starts preaching. She says that girl is possessed, and then she asks if people have a relationship with the Lord. Who doesn't have a relationship with Jesus? The only way to our Heavenly Father is through the Lord Jesus Christ. Who doesn't have a relationship with the Lord? You know, she sounds all, she's going 100% preacher on these people. And so she asked everybody, you know, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, you better get one right now. And then she starts singing hymns. Okay. And if that's not enough, another woman stands up. This lady had, let's see, she's got a pair of sunglasses on and a backwards green baseball cap. And she's just had it with everybody. And she proclaims that she's gonna fight that. I don't know who she was talking to. I believe she's talking to the short woman that was screaming, climbing over seats. That she wants to fight her straight Texas style. And she says, "You want to go crazy? I'm gonna go crazy right along with you." And then she says she's gonna fight her. What is it with people in Texas? Really? Everybody from Texas, it's almost like they're from a different country. You know, everything about, I'm just curious. What is it, if you're from Texas, let me know. Is it just they're very proud of your state, or is it some kind of, I don't know. Anyway, so she wants to fight this woman straight Texas style. Okay, let's start at the very beginning here. Do I believe this woman was possessed? No, I don't. I think I really think that, I think she was just hysterical, really. The more she just wanted to get back to her seat. I think that's what it was. And the more she was blocked and manhandled, the more she wanted to get back to her seat. And until she just lost all semblance of reality. That's what I think. Do I believe in possession? Do I believe in the devil and God? Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why. I wanted to talk about this really briefly. I don't know if you people have heard of Ed and Lorraine Warren, the demonologists, the famous demonologists who've done like the Conjuring movie, The Real Story, the Amityville Horror, and all that. And these are all in or around right where I'm living, right here in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. All these cases. And Ed and Lorraine Warren live here, or they used to live here. They both passed away, unfortunately, now. They lived in Monroe, Connecticut, which is only about maybe 15 miles from where I'm sitting. Every Halloween, for all through the 80s and 90s, around Halloween time, they would have these shows where they do, I think it was about $15. It was relatively cheap. And they'd go to like different universities and different venues and do a slideshow and presentations. And I went to at least 3 of these shows. I actually have a picture here. I have a Polaroid of me and my girlfriend and Lorraine Warren, actually, at one of these venues. I was tearing the house apart. I couldn't find it this morning. You'll have to take my word for it. And at these shows, this is what really made me believe completely. They had slides. I remember this one story they talked about with a young man that was supposedly possessed, and they put him in a jail cell. And everybody, a bunch of policemen and the sheriff and the mayor all witnessed this. Stones started coming from the air, from the ceiling inside the jail cell, falling to the floor. Stones appearing out of nowhere, just below the ceiling, falling to the floor. And there's some other ones. I'll put the link down below to some of the. It's like 7 of the most famous Ed and Lorraine, some of their most famous cases, and they're almost all like the Southington case with the mortuary, the funeral home is like 5 minutes. It's literally right around the corner from where I'm sitting here. That was from The Haunting in Connecticut. So these are all, I mean, this area is like over like 400 years old. Some of the homes around here are 350 years old. And there's just some weird stuff around here. And this is another reason I believe. There's ultimate good. I believe that, just like black and white, positive, negative. There's ultimate good and there's ultimate evil. And I tend to believe that evil is more likely to show itself than good. But that's a quick summary of why I believe there is possession. But I don't believe this lady was possessed. I believe she was I just believe she was freaking out. And I think this is all mass hysteria. Anyway, the link will be down below. I'll put the links down below, and even to the Ed and Lorraine stories down below. Okay, I'm going to download my main video from yesterday now, and it's a good video. It's about a man that I saw walking down the street and the condition he was in, and I realized that used to be me. That'll be the video. That'll be another video coming up today. You guys have a great Thanksgiving Eve.